story is like many other families of rare disease. It comes with a lot of hardships. Arthur's rare disease is a mitochondrial one. It's so rare that they haven't even given it a proper name yet. It's called a mutation in the DTYMK gene. And it comes with a long list of symptoms and complications. I remember the day that we found out that something was different in Arthur. His neurologist at the time looked at us and said, "Your son's neurological exam is completely abnormal." She said that the symptoms that he has leads her to believe that it's genetic and it's not going to be good news. She was right. They diagnosed him with this horrible condition and told us that he would be terminal. They told us that if we were lucky, he would live to be 3 years old. And we asked about treatments, clinical trials, and his quality of life. The answer we got to all of those questions was the exact same. There was none. No life-saving treatment, no clinical trial, and no quality of life. They told us that he will live his days in a vegetative state, and he won't communicate, laugh, crawl, sit, or even stand. Needless to say, this was a reality that we completely refused to accept. Something inside of us said, keep searching. We spent the first year and a half of Arthur's life in and out of hospitals. Because of his rare condition, he's followed by almost every specialty at the hospital and all unaware of what might come. A simple flu turns into days of hospital stays and sometimes weeks. A lot of what actually goes on in his body gets missed. Advocating for Arthur became like breathing. I was the one that monitored him 24/7, and so I knew more about him than his actual doctors. Can you imagine how terrifying that is for his life to literally depend on that? Fast forward to today. Arthur is thriving. He's on a clinical trial medication that seems to have stabilized the progression of his disease, a trial that his doctors refused to enroll him in when he was only months old. He's also enrolled in early intervention for physical and occupational therapy, and he's completed 3 rounds of intensive physical therapy. He's working insanely hard for someone that's only 2 years old. We're seeing milestones that doctors told us we would never see in his lifetime. He's learned to smile, laugh, play, hold his head up, show disinterest, vocalize for attention, and so much more. These milestones may seem minor when you talk about a 2-year-old, but for Arthur, it's like watching a miracle unfold. He still has a very long way to go. He still has so many therapies ahead of him, and we have a clear goal to get more rounds of regenerative medicine like stem cell treatments for him. With that being said, we're reaching out to our wonderful community because we can't do it alone. And if Arthur's story speaks to you and you would like to know more, you can follow our Instagram page where we share regular updates. I'd like to end this by saying, our story is simple. We are parents like any other, doing our best to provide a better life for our son. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of this event.